to talk about some price action with Chronos. And right now you can see we are at 0.1438. So we're doing pretty good this week. We're up 78% for the last 30 days and 19% for the last week. So Chronos has been doing extremely well for the last month. But what's going to be even better is what it's going to be doing in the coming months. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it's really been following a pattern here. And you can see each and every single time it pumps, it usually goes a tad bit higher than the last one. And we're kind of seeing, the next one right here, if this one follows the same pattern as those last three pumps, then we should be coming up here towards 25 and 26 cents. And just to kind of confirm what the percentages are looking like, these are about 50% gains right here. That was a 50% gain right there. And then we have the one right here where we came all the way from this area down here upwards, and that gave us 196%. That's actually crazy. So we're seeing that these changes in the price, they're pretty big. And just this most recent one, if you look at this, going all the way here from the bottom, all the way up here to the Fibonacci at 26 cents, 226%. And that's just looking from the perspective of from July 1st up until it reaches this 26 cents area. So yeah, 226%. And yeah, we're about to hit that level now. Let's say you were to get in at this current price instead of waiting for it to pull back, you'll have less gains, 80%, but you'll still have 80% in gains. But yeah, it does look like it might be following the same path, and we might be seeing a 26 cents Chronos again. And it's been a bit since Chronos did something like that. You can see it's been doing well the whole last month. But if you kind of zoom in on things here from the maximum point of view, you can see like this has been building up the momentum. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to get all the way up there. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't get there, because all the momentum's here. We have Bitcoin literally lifting up all the other projects. Altcoin season is rolling in. So 26 cents is actually a very realistic area for Chronos. And it's actually, I'm gonna be honest, 26 cents is being very modest. And that's kind of how I wanted to approach this today, with a more modest approach. But just to kind of put things into perspective here, I want to show from our current price point what that would look like if we brought our current price point all the way up to, let's say, $1, because that's really the price everybody is shooting for. That's 600% from current price to $1. Now, obviously, it would take forever for it to get to $1, right? Not well, it would take this bull run pretty much, but that's 600%. That's a lot. So I think Chronos is definitely a good bet. It's one of those cryptos that the only way it fails is if crypto.com exchange fails. And crypto.com has been going strong for a while now. They're doing everything right. They have all the right, all the right, they're following all the right laws. They're not doing any bad business. They got all their reserves. So I really wouldn't be worried about crypto.com and Chronos. They kind of also been, not distancing themselves, but they also stand alone. So even if there was no crypto.com, I think Chronos would still do well. And they've kind of done good with rebranding it, getting away from being tied solely to crypto.com. So Chronos itself it's almost like it's not even almost like it is a hidden gem. But people are more focused on the more attractive meme coins and coins doing a lot more numbers than something like Chronos. But Chronos gets to $1, then now you're looking at 600%. And if you come back here and you look at its previous all-time high, 96 cents, it can get back up to $1, and it can actually get higher than $1. If Chronos were to get higher than $1, it would be hitting that next Fibonacci retracement which brings us to about $1.48. Let's just round it off to $1.50. If Chronos hits $1.50 now, I don't even want to do the math for that now, because if it hits $1.50, we're gonna see some people throwing money. All right, that's about 900% though. So from current prices now to $1.50 is 900%. So yeah, that is extremely good. So I would say do not miss the chance, but also don't try to buy when it's high. We did just go up within the last month. We went up again 78%. So there could always be that pullback before the next rise, before the next pump, because this was a straight rise upwards. But it could also just pump out of nowhere and then you would be left behind. So yeah, don't miss this hidden gem inside of Chronos. Chronos is 100% a hidden gem. And now, as for everything else, we gotta wait for Bitcoin to do whatever it does. But altcoin season is starting, in my personal opinion, and a lot of people have been talking about it as well, about how altcoin season has kind of already started. But right now we're in a cool down period with Bitcoin. We just have to have Bitcoin lose all of its dominance against everything. Because if you look at it, like, Bitcoin is heavily dominant against Ethereum and really everything else. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see like Bitcoin is almost the most, well, not almost, it obviously is the most dominant, and it's kind of been taken over because 59%, like, that's a lot. 59.6%. Ethereum only at 11.7% in dominance. Usually Ethereum has a little bit more dominance in the market, so that's something that you definitely want to be paying attention to. You want to see Ethereum start taking some dominance. You want to see altcoins start taking some dominance. You want to see everything else but Bitcoin taking the dominance. Because if Bitcoin holds all the dominance, then the money is not going to be flowing freely through altcoins the way that we would want it to. So we also just have to wait for that. But anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you guys today. I just kind of wanted to bring this to your attention. But yeah, we really need to gain some dominance back against Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is way too high right now. Let's get Bitcoin dominance to about 50%. At one point, it was 65%, as you can see there. We had 60%. So I guess 59% isn't that bad. And this is the last 3 months, by the way. But that's because Bitcoin has been very dominant in the last 3 months. If you look all the way back here, like, then this is when altcoin season was going crazy. 2018, Bitcoin only had 35% dominance. 2021, 2022, altcoins were doing really good. Bitcoin only had 40% dominance during this time on average. And now you're seeing Bitcoin has 59% dominance, and everything else is kind of losing its dominance against Bitcoin. So give it some time, and you're going to end up seeing a lot of these coins having more dominance than Bitcoin. Now, one coin that has been moving up inside the dominance chart, regardless of Bitcoin doing what it's doing, is Solana. If you look back here, Solana being not as dominant at all, actually. Solana at like 0.08, 0.10% dominance. And now you come here a lot closer to where we are now, and you're seeing like 2.6% dominance. So we are having the outliers. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today, though. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think Chronos is a sleeping giant and underrated? Or do you think people are overestimating Chronos? But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. As always, I'll be back with another video.